Anet Nanyonjo, good morning. Yes, good morning, comrades. Looks like this time we shall not wait so much like we waited last time. We had a lot of dead air. A lot of people wanted to listen to our video, and then initially they were met with a lot of dead air, and they didn't know what was going on. So, tujja kutandikirawo abantu banatusangayo. Ekintu kye tulina bulijjo okweteeka mu bulamu bwaffe nga twagala accomplishing anything in our lives, in any sphere in which we are, ffe ab'omulembe guno omukaddeko ye discipline. So kakati mmwe abapya abakyali abatoototo, ekintu kyonna ne bwe kiba nga kugamba the beneficiaries are few. It may be yourself and your relatives. Naye buli kimu kyonna kye tuba nga tupasuwinga, we need to have discipline. Because if we don't have discipline, then we can't do much. Most of you talk about other things like unity. Unity is very critical. Unity is critical, but I will tell you that among the first ones is discipline. And one of the measures of discipline, how disciplined are you, is keeping time. I was a student, and I also worked a little bit with a great gentleman in Uganda called Professor Apollo Nsibambi. But what I picked from Professor Apollo Nsibambi was the tenet of time. That one I knew that I picked, and that is my tribute to him. He's resting peacefully in his grave, but for all we did, all he taught me, I took time as a very important tenet. I must keep time, whatever the case. There is a place where I went and I took on a new job. And when I took on a new job, my new boss was like, Martin, you know, you gotta keep time. I said, yes, sir. Keeping time is me. So if you adapt that kind of thing, tujja kumalako. Naye mwebale nnyo, Nina Bukirwa, Miriam Mutesi, Asoya Kosoya, Asoya Kosoya. Yes, nsanyuse nnyo okubalaba. Kale, kakati ndowooza katutandike. Kadija Nansubuga, Nantamba Obedi, yes, mwebale nnyo. There is definitely a genocide going on in Uganda. There is a genocide going on in Uganda, and it is perpetuated by none other than Mr. Museveni. A few months back, we had a meeting with some friends of ours. Those friends, those development partners. And we told them that after elections, there will be violence of genocide proportions. Omanyi abantu bano ekizibu kyabwe bo balowooza nti bagezi nnyo. Omuzungu yatunula mu kamera n'agamba nti ekyo ekigambo kye tukozesezza si kituufu. Era n'agamba nti ate abo be bayita ba expert, n'agamba nti ye akimanyi nti wajja kubaawo violence, naye tejja kutuuka genocidal proportions. Well, I think in a few weeks, I'm going to meet, or we are going to meet that gentleman again, and I will remind him of what we said. That there will be violence of genocidal proportions. We must contextualize this. Tulina okutegeera lwaki waliwo violence. Weewaawo mu bululu buli obw'emyaka egiyise. Hello, Robert. Weewaawo mu kulonda okw'emyaka egiyise. Bwana Museveni abadde ajja nga afunayo obululu obutonotono era kwasinziira okuriginga elections. Ku mulundi guno Museveni yafunye katono nnyo nga ne rigging of elections tesoboka. Mu programu ezaavaako emabega nabagamba nti okuriginga election kusoboka nga ofunye a certain critical number. Okwo kugenda nga ogattiriza osobole okukola ebinamba ebibyo owangule. Naye ku mulundi guno n'ebinamba ennamba ezisookerwako zosobola okumanipulatinga okole ebinamba byo. Bwana Museveni teyabifunye. That critical mass gye weetaaga ozimbe okole ebinamba byo teyagifunye. Ababala obululu obutuufu bagamba nti Bwana Museveni yafuna 29%. Era zezo figures ne bannaffe bonna bakwano baffe bonna ze balina era bagenda maaso n'okulaba nti bakola evaluation ne ekituufu. The truth is that Mr. Museveni got 29%. Now, after getting that, he discarded most of the numbers. Mbadde saa kubyogerako nnyo kuba ebintu biri mu kkooti naye eno citizens journalism. Sina nnyo mateeka ga nfuga byaki. It's okay. So, Bwana Museveni figures ezisinga era nga ekkooti bw'eneeraba. He disregarded. Him and his team just disregarded. Said, wacha. Create new figures. Mr. Museveni himself, he knows what he got in this vote. And what he got in this vote, 29%, embarrassed and annoyed him immensely. Yanyiga nnyo nagamba abantu banvuddemu. Museveni bw'anyiiga n'anyiiga nnyo ng'afunye 29%. Nga n'okubba takyasobola kubba. N'agamba nti ebyo ebivudde mu kulonda teeka eri ebbali. Balira ba MP. Tukole zange. N'akola ezize. Era kyemuva mulaba nti figures zalwawo nga ziganye okugatta. Kubanga results empya bakolerera nkolerere. They just manufactured Mr. Museveni's results. Those results are not accurate. They were created fictitiously. And there's a lot of evidence to show when they were creating and disregarding those other results, there are a lot of contradictions that showed up. The contradictions that showed up are there are places where people voted and they went home nga babagambye wano Kyagulanyi yasinze afunye 2. Kyagulanyi yasinze afunye 2. So ne bakomawo enkya nga Electoral Commission eraga nti awo Museveni ye yasinze yafunye 2.5. So these guys, even in their creation, they were absurd because they just disregarded all the results and manufactured new things. Now, after Museveni realizing that the entire population of Uganda, including the West, by the way, including the West, the entire population of Uganda had ignored, neglected him. They had signified that they don't want him anymore. The man got very angry. He decided to descend on Ugandans, the young people, because he identified them. Namanyanti, yeah, these are the people. So he decided to descend upon Ugandans and murder them. By the time Mr. Museveni went to campaign in Bunyoro, it was clear to him that he's finished. Because for him, as a head of state, he had all the equipment, all the tools, everything. He knew he was completely finished. So, when he was in Bunyoro, he was in his murderous temperament. These people of Kyagulanyi, we shall finish. We shall finish. That is the genocide going on. These people of Kyagulanyi, we shall finish. The tapes are there. We have you on tape. These people of Kyagulanyi, we shall finish them. This is what is going on. Mr. Kuraije, other decent Ugandans working with Mr. Museveni, do not be caught in this very funny situation. You guys are still young. You have many years ahead. You are working for a deranged individual who has his own individual reasons for not going anywhere. And most of you do not know them. The people who know why Museveni doesn't want to go away are very few. They are very few. But the reasons rotate around criminality. There are very few Ugandans who have a criminal baggage equivalent to what Mr. Museveni has. And that criminal baggage has been accumulated for the past 40 years. Mr. Museveni started accumulating this criminal record when most of you were not born, including some of us. The man started accumulating this criminal record. There is a lot of evidence linking him to a lot of murders, some of them including very, very popular ones. We can't say a popular murder, no, of popular persons. Very popular persons in Uganda, dead by Museveni's hand. Mr. Museveni knew that the acquisition of power was meant to protect him as a criminal. For that matter, therefore, he shall never leave. There is one of his friends, a good friend, he's a minister, senior minister in that government. Narway so Irene, that yapping and crying should stop. People raise up for what is theirs. People are waiting for, I don't know what other things is there. But never tell people that they are yapping and crying. You should always stay humble and listen to what people have to say. Narway so, I don't know how old you are, but you should always be very, very humble. Because everybody is capable of being anybody. Now, a very senior minister in Mr. Museveni's cabinet rang him one time. A close relative rang him and said, Muwonge, ebintu tubite. ebintu tubite tuwe abaana. N'amuvuma ekivumo ekyoku street. N'amuvuma ku ssaawa eyo, n'amuvuma ekivumo ekyoku street. Kyesisobola kuddamu wano, even if this is a Citizens Media. Yamuvuma bubi nnyo. Akati bw'amuvuma bw'atyo, oli n'amanya nti owaaye Museveni alina ekizibu n'obuyinza. That was the end of the story. Therefore, bwe tugamba nti the need for Museveni to stay in power is an individual decision based on individual reasons, we mean it and we know what we are saying. Kakati ye bwana Museveni ila achimanyi, even if he watches this skit right now, he will agree with what I'm saying. He knows why he doesn't want to go. It is an individual decision based on individual circumstances. Nolwensonga eyo, mwe bannaffe abafiirawo okuwagira Museveni, muli ku ddiiru ki? Muli ku ddiiru ki mwe abafiirawo okuwagira Museveni? Ne mumuwagira to such an extent, ne mugenda mu drone, ne mujjayo abaana. These drones are a project of Mr. Museveni, nobody else. So crazy and other people, when you go to speak in public, be careful. Unless you've been given order ya jeshi. Be careful. Don't put your heart into it. Temubimanyi. Mutemumanyi gai wachafiirawo. Temuteka mu mitima gyamwe. Uli mumuleki. Uli ali ku lulwe. Ufiirawo ki? We don't know. In fact, we don't know who are those people. Some are exceeding their authorities. Shut up, my friend. Shut up. You see, there is another thing which you don't know. The people who are fighting you, the people of Uganda who are against you, they are also strategic. They're not stupid. The strategy of the people fighting you depends on the knowledge they have of you and your operations. The knowledge the people have of you and your operations is because your apparent invisibility in government is based on your foreign relations with Western democracies. Therefore, if your apparent invisibility namanya gugu nage mwiwaga gali best ku relations ne Western democracies, therefore the best way to get you out is to disengage and disconnect your relationship with Western democracies. This is the thing which has been eating people. How do we do this? How do we disengage you? Bring Operation Kulabisa. Do you hear me? Bring Operation Kulabisa. Operation Kulabisa apparently depends on certain stupid things, which some people call stupid. Gena mukalulu, wesimbe one Museveni. Muri basiru, ugeze mukalulu, mwesimbyewo, ani yali yawangude Museveni. Shut up. Operation Kulabisa. Shut up. Ugandans, you talk very fast. Diarrhea of the mouth. No! Slowly. Mugenze mukalulu no musajja tatsingika takula ki akalulu tekakola operation kulabisa akalulu kano kajeyo Museveni kamulabisiza oba nedda waliwo omuzungu eyawandiise nti Museveni kulika akalulu kalabisiza Museveni enkulagana ya Museveni n'abazungu obeeri etya kati mumumbulize akalulu bwe twamuyuzizza bwe tuti n'ayuuga oluvannyuma yakoze eki figa teyaziyuzizza n'akola ezize kulabisa ensi emutegedde yabbye bannayuganda akalulu. He deprived Ugandans of their right of expression, decision making. Nayuzamu ebipapula byabwe nakola akake kati ali awo ajiri ali bwati atidde agambo baba bantu bagenda kunkola ki drone. You see, this drone is good. It is destroying relations with the people who have been holding this man like this. You must. All battles are not fought by force. The best battles are fought with the brain. You don't be like these people. Nguchaguranyi. Okay. Relax. Enter your drones and murder our people. The time is soon ending. This battle has just begun. We have been in other preparatory stages. Bombo clad. You are disappearing our people. Your credentials as a murderer are increasing. Your friends are becoming uncomfortable. They will not deal with you. You have a counter approach. To use the drones, this is a counter approach by you. But you see, people use it against you too. Because for you, initially, you want to use the drones to murder our people, intimidate them, make them very angry. Initially, you wanted to undermine the reaction. Because you knew the reaction. Abana baja kuvayo, beyiwe ku street. Yakati wa abana bagena kuvayo beyiwe ku street insurrection. Bajemu, detooth them. Bajemu bali abakola ki aba instigating. Kubanga manyi ekintu kino echa insurrection. Abantu bonna tebasobola kweyiwa ku street. Wabeerawo ba sub managers. Abagamba abange tulumbe Busero parish ki bebo bebabuzaawo kati. Bebo bebabadde babuzaawo. Because those foot soldiers, very helpful in fighting, mobilizing, tulumbe, tuite wali, abo bonna kati. Chitalia, abamu bafu, abamu chi. Those are the boys. They don't need anybody to organize them. Ne baba you. And the state knows them. So, the diso, the piso, the viso, baba de walina fairo zaabwe. Kubaka abana nogamba nti kuna bingo. Kuliko gundi. Viso ababa manyi. Bwaba wekintu kyonna abo balumba. Bebo, drone bezichima, bezikima, so that the insurrection by the people can be undermined. Those Chaguranyi people, we shall finish them. We shall finish them in Ibunyoro. That's what he said. This is what he's doing. Now, he knew also that there is a secondary effect of the drone. Bobasika botyo, bobasika botyo, bobasika botyo, nga bwabasika. He knows that obusungu mu bantu bujja kulinnya bw'ekimpowooze bagende balwane. Kati alowooza nti bwe banaagenda okulwana, when they go to fight, we shall finish them. They would have been finished. This is where Mr. Museveni must be informed very clearly, and his team. Number one, abana bemuvuzaawo kati, those numbers are helping you very much to lose your friends in the West. And you know that. And thank you. Abana bakuba. Bakuba omupira ne bagukuwa ne weeyuza weka. Weeyuziza weka. Mpira gugu. Nutandika okweyuza weka oli mukutta baana baffe. Eri tokyalina buyambi kati. West yekuvuddemu. Then you thought our boys will go to the bush, and when they go to the bush, we shall finish them. Let me tell you something. The bush is no longer fashionable. We know it more than you may know it. The bush is not fashionable, and it does not exist. Because the bush is no longer relevant. Who fights in the bush? It is true, let me tell you now. Some of you operatives, and now I'm going to be very careful because there are some people who were accusing me of being tribalist. I don't like that. But I'll be very careful in what I say. I told you, personally, I cannot be tribalist because Njogera Uganda is my mother tongue and everything, but you know that my nose is not from Uganda. So I will tell you something. Uganda is for us all. Everybody ateka ketafari. Naye mulimu abantu abali mu drone neri mu makomera bayina ebigambo bye boogera. Mwe munatulaba bakuba abaana baffe omwana bamulonze ng'ali mu mochari bamubiye nenda bali balowooza afudde ne bamuteeka mu mochari. Wabula gavumenti egamba nti abadroni tebamanyi. Abadroni kwe gaabweba nga siba gavumenti bayinza okutwala omuntu mu mochari. You people, but don't worry, we shall handle you. We shall handle you. We shall handle you. Relax. Naye mututte abaana baffe, omwana mumusudde mu ggwanika. Yamulowooza yafa. Bali abakolayo bagenza okulaba nti ono omwana mulamu n'avaayo. I think there is one of the ladies of Nusra, or someone like that, who is working on him. Thank you so much. Continue. Omanyi kantekewoko akatyawo. Ebintu bingi ebigenda mu maaso e Uganda. Tewali muntu omu bw'ati akugamba nti ye alina solution gy'anaakola bw'omu. No. Even my brother, Honorable Kyagulanyi. Abantu badipendinga ku banaabwe. Fenna tudipendinga ku omu n'odipendinga ku mulala n'oyo bw'atyo. Yes, I resemble Sejusa, but I'm not his relative, and he knows that too. But we just resemble. In many ways, by the way. Now, when we do things, we depend on each other. You can't do things by yourself. Naye amazima, ensi bw'oba ng'ogyagala, ensi yo nga ekuluma ng'ogyagala, gwe kola ekintu kitandike ku lulwo. Ekintu kitandike ku lulwo. Just get the concept olwaki kiki kye twogera. Gwe kasi omala okufuna concept, gwetandika ekintu ku lulwo tobaako muntu gw'olinda gwetandika ekintu ku lulwo naye waliwo abantu betwogera nabo nakugamba nti twabagamba mulete sente tukole tutya kwegamba esente bwe ziba tezinajja gwokozeewo ki esente nga tezinajja gwokozeewo ki mu nsi z'abazungu Amerika gye manyi waliwo ekitongole bakiyita Small Business Association kiyamba abantu okukola obubizinesi bwabwe. Thank you so much. Kiyamba abantu okukola obubizinesi bwabwe. Naye bw'ogenda mu Small Business Association n'ogamba nti nzize njagala capital, abazungu bakugamba nti ffe tugaba capital, naye bakugamba nti olina ku bitabo byawo tulabe ekyokozeewo. Era ebitabo olubireeta n'olaga nti wateekamu 2 ne gireeta $2 wateekayo emitwalo egi 2 ne gireeta sente 2 nga bintu byonna byeraga biri kiriya bakugamba oyagala meka nti okusinziira ku pulaani yange eno ne bagitunulamu mbadde njagala ya 2 nga bagwa kukwasa genda mu banka bweti ne bweti ofune sente. Tosobola kugamba nti otandika business osabe ezitandika nedda ezo zizo. Ogenda kuvuga taxi, oyagala kuvuga taxi, wagenze n'osoma okuvuga emmotoka olina driving permit nti naye sigirina mbale njaza driving permit. Mani biba bikulemye. Nenze njogedde naawe nkugambye nti bamaama bakaaba abaana baabwe drone zibakima. Nobody cries like mothers in Uganda. Mothers are crying now. Drone zikima abaana baabwe. Omwana ne bw'aba yagenda ng'ali wali ebbali ali mu muzigo ebintu bwe bigana komayo wa mama naga mama bayo ku miwogo. Mothers know, they feel the love of their children. Omwana ne bw'aba feri ya biki si feri ya nsega na buganyi. Omwana agenda ku lulwe emmere neebula ali ne mukyala we balina omwana akoma weeka naga mama bayo ku kasukaali mama akamuwa. Naye nga taata we ajja n'amugamba nti gwe musiru ensi ekulemye forward nagamba ng'okusoma ng'olya myembe fuluma genda. But the mother says mwana wange can even come by herself and say mwana wange olinayo akasukaali oba tolina nja kuwa olina omunyu nja kukuwa. Share the video. Let people hear us talk. Mwana wange. So the mothers of Uganda, you see, this is why we say, and we don't say things carelessly, Museveni is a fraud. Give me an example. I will give you. I don't speak things for Museveni is a fraud. Give me an example. Museveni came in the 80s. He go to all the women of Uganda. Waliwo mukazi atakumba ne Museveni. Era ono bannange, era bannange, era mukama atuleetedde, mukama atuleetedde omusajja. Every woman was lockstep with Museveni of Uganda. Every woman in Uganda. In fact, my first project, my first academic project in Makerere, I wrote about the revolution in Uganda and the participation of women. And I studied it from 1986 to 90. Mugende mukebere Makerere mujja kugiraba. Beautiful thing, beautiful piece. Because I studied the women and I saw they were lock and step with Museveni. Matembe, Aniba. Everybody. Twabamanyira awo nti onani, nti ono Hope, nti onani, nti ono mukyala Cecilia Ogwala, onani, all women. Adidekazibwe, Vice President. Oh, bagamba banange Museveni banete. Tulabanga botunga Museveni. I used to work for Her Excellency, the Vice President, as a protocol officer. I salute you, ma'am. I know wherever you are very embarrassed. You must be truly embarrassed. Now, all those women who used to walk with Museveni, look, step with Museveni, they are crying tears. Their children are in the drone. Museveni is a fraud. Abana bali mu drone. You don't know. Oba banakugamba nti bamusudde mu kibira kyawa, oba ali Makindye, oba aliwa. Ebintu Museveni byawandiika nti agenze kulwanyisa bye bino. Awo wenebuuliza nti agenda okulwanyisa Museveni essaawa eno aba mukyamu. Museveni yagenda ng'agamba nti agenze kulwanyisa obubbi bw'obululu. Ye teyabbye, yayuziza buyuze. Museveni yagenda ng'agamba nti agenda okulwanyisa ebbula ly'abantu n'okuttibwa n'okutulugunyizibwa. Ditto. Agenze okulwanyisa Museveni abeera mulalu. That man hates Uganda. He hates Uganda. He did to us these things a long time ago. He did them to us. Then after that, he came and he killed millions of our people, hundreds of thousands of our people. Now he has repeated the same things. And back to where I started, it is because of individual reasons. That is why I don't understand anybody who helps Museveni to execute this barbarity against the people of Uganda. Crazy. What are you doing? My friend, we were together in the university. Moreover, bad enough, you were chairman of Livingstone Hall. Gentleman. So you were a gentleman. At least in the, I was a bad guy from Lumumba. Naigwe, you were a gentleman. Gentleman, what are you doing explaining funny things about drones? Ooh, Museveni has a personal, individual agenda. Mutemujitegira muveko, muja kufira bwerere. Because Operation Kulabisa. Don't think we have gone in the court that we don't know that the judge. Listen, we went to the court. We put the case. Omuwawabirwa Museveni. The next day, the judges are there. Abagenda okusala omusango. Baline Museveni. Bamugamba, Museveni. Mugane tusanyisa okulaba. Jebaliko. Why? Twagala kasente. Museveni ajoga. He has gone there. Agenze kugulawo ligoya. Bajaji bali abamugamba mbu tuwe ku kasente. Omuwawabirwa bamugamba mbu tuwe ku kasente. Omuwawabirwa ate gwe mugamba abawe ku kasente. Omanyi yagambye. Yagambye nti kangende mbitunulemu. Kakati no akyabitunulamu. Kati no mugende mu koti mumujeko obukulembeze nga ate yagenze okutunulamu sente zammwe. The man said, kangende mbitunulemu. I'm going to look into those things. I think it's just go mubi. I'm going to look into those things. Okay, now he's still looking into those things. Now how are you going to say tukujeko obuyinza ngate achatunula mu motoka zammwe? So the people who went to court are not foolish. Operation Kulabisa is still going ahead. The world cannot know how bad Museveni is. Ukuja kungu mulabisiza ku cinema. 86 inches. Operation Kulabisa. Gumumuliki yagenzo kukumba na banasaro musango insi eraba Kulabisa. Kati baje mu kooti bakole byabwe kulabisa. The only thing I'm totally tired of empapula kwetuwandiika aba associate ziweddewo kwegamba buli kaseera wuno kubanga luli tubadde n'abantu batono n'ogamba nti ki eri gye twasookera ku kayihura okay biki bimukwatako okay fine oyo ne kuba ku mutwe pa onani erweru ebine bigenda naye kati beyongera ku speed jotalabanga ugenda okulaba nti ate waliyo omukopi nti ani ye mwesigwa ate ono yani mbu yasimwe nuga tiketi namala ddi ate I'm dealing with this ate kati mulesa simwe ate tetuchakola ate wano kakati abantu ngaffe tusobola kusonda sente zo kyosonde olugwamu wekka wabaga usonda zani byakuleka toyo musondera ki tulugwamu fekka banayi tuli mbuzibu waliwo olumu bakuleetera ne bagamba waliwo ono simanyi ono yasse omuntu ate nakola atya nogamba nange oyo bamugera mu muwa gundi I'm telling you because a lot of people are going down n'ekitooke kigwa kiri ku ddiru yakyo kyo kigwa ate okiwambagatira mbu okiyamba you go with it mwena mugende nakyo naye kakati mmwe mujja kutuuka eyo babasiba emisango abamu mwina abaana bato nnyo abamuseveni bakuzayina n'abazzukulu ate bakusibe ne ugwira ki naye disassociate yourself from this man. And what you don't know, let me bring a very important point. When the struggle goes into a certain phase P, because you see, there is a tendency now for certain people in this regime to think nti bokabe bakambwe, which is a big mistake. Please don't commit that mistake. Bobaluza nti bokabe bakambwe. Naye okimanyi nti abantu babeera bakambwe ninga tebamanyi. Abantu bangi bakambwe, abantu bangi bali brave naye tebamanyi. There are so many people in Museveni's government who didn't know that they were brave and they can fight in the bush. They didn't know embeera yabakyusa. Someone who may see being ties and natamanya nti is a very good general. Ayinza okuba mundu tomanya embeera ye kukyusa. So, dear Ugandans on Museveni's side, there are so many brave people on the other side. And they are angry, and they are going to do a few things, and because they are of the new era, they will beat you thoroughly. They will not go to the bush. They are not bushmen. In fact, these days, the kind of opposition you are going to get are people who sit on desks. There will be a few on the streets and everywhere else who will beat you thoroughly. They are coming, by the way. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And I'm not here to kushika binyomo. Bana bagenda bakuba mmwe mulabe. Bamu muloza muri brave. Sinu kijya makude. Abana bagenda kubakuba. Mbunze amwe general nalwanyisa gundi. Olubuto lwonna luyise lutukeno mu mavivi okyayita general. mwana yakubya akapapali akagundi akawumumpu ne kakuyuza olubuto n'ebyenda ne bibula ne babinonyanga bibuze bombo klat bana bajja kubanga mwe abantu mubanyigiriza enyino bujinyigirize nyo iva mu musaayi ayogera ekintu si akireta nze munveeko. And you have nothing to do to me because I'm very sophisticated. Very sophisticated. But I have told you, you've heard it from me. Those who know who I am and how connected I am, I have told you. Yes. Mumuruza nti mutadabana mu drone, and then you say Abaganda they are cowards. Oh, have you forgotten Seguya? Have you forgotten Seguya? How many machine guns was he firing? Come here. Hey. Okay. You bring the drones and provoke the people. Bring those drones and provoke the people. Muja kuchinyonyoka. Ate ekigenda okuyamba ebintu bino mwebasiru mwe abazungu mubakubye empi mu maaso mubalaze ebyaswaka babyonna babavuddemu kubanga waliyo ensi ez'abazungu zetubeeramu ne bagamba nti bw'obanga oli wano tolina okulwanyisa ebiki byonna kimanyi biki naye abazungu balina we batuuka ne bagamba sitwakulabye ebyo tetwabirabye. Yes. So when these white people change like this and start dealing with your adversaries, because you have helped to kill the relationship between you and those people. Because you think, let me ask you, you think that you can say bye-bye to the West and go to Putin and the Chinese and survive? You think so? The man you would have asked is dead, Mugabe. It didn't work. It didn't work. Ne abantu ba Uganda mufune confidence. Mufune confidence. Omwana muto yatandika omuliro. Omuliro ne gukwata ensi. Abantu abalina amagezi, abantu abalina relevance, bebakwata omuliro ogwo ne bakuba akakando ne beeyongerayo, nabo ne bagenda ne balwana mu ngeri zaabwe. Okozeewo ki? Twabagamba nti olina butida. Just golowooza nti ejinja teryasandabirwa mu ya drone. Bw'olikuba wano dereva watudde emmotoka ng'eri ku yiriiri n'ogisongamu n'ogikuba ejjinja olowooza teyeefuula? Mwe mulowooza nti abanafu bo tebalwana? Abanafu tebalwana? Abanafu tebagamba nti tetujja kunywa mata ne bagavaako? Mulowooza nti abanafu tebalwana? Abanafu tebagamba nti omwezi guno tetujja kunywa mata? Gwe Bobi omwagala ngeri ki? Gwe Bobi omwebaza ngeri ki? Abakinjaaje tebeevaamu ne bagamba nti ente bw'eba teva Soroti oba Karamoja sigitwala. Tebeevaamu. Gwokozeewo ki? bano bagambye nti bavudde ku NBS. NBS ukimayo ki? Gwe Namboze, gwe gundi uchachima ki ku NBS? Vayo bakuwa kasente kenkanawa. Ukimayo ki? Bafukamize. Ate gwe Namboze, gwe gwoli ku NBS, gwe oliyeyo gwe ate gwoleta abawagizi balabe byakini Kalisa. Wano mu America Abe Walusimbi twagambi tuje kugira tulina kujja ku meetinga Chicago. Abe Walusimbi wayogedde boli musajja sala ugende Dallas, because we own this place and we do our things. Omunafu alwana Namboze. My friend Semujunganda, very formidable young man, most brilliant brain in Uganda. When the BS uchimanyi uchigenda walala mugende ku radio ya Uganda batandike program weyo muchimanyi uchi lead from the front. This is pro people, not pro party. How do you sit with Chiwanda in the same studio? Do you people have... Because every intellectual in Uganda, over to China, every intellectual in Uganda, no, we don't have intellectuals in the strict sense. No, we were gamanti intellectual, quasi intellectual, yefananyirizako intellectual. No gamanti, you are supporting Museveni, then you are a human being without a soul. Now, if you are a human being without a soul, then you are a biological substance. You are not a person, you are not an individual, you are a biological substance. Gundi Tom Perez now messaging and you get an abantu. You are a biological substance. Because you know what Museveni is doing to the people. The man borrowed $888 million for COVID. He didn't build even a single hospital. Kenyatta in Kenya built a hospital of 650 beds. It's doing like this. N'abazungu gye balaga. He built it with $72 million. In Kenya, he expanded Kenyatta National Hospital. It's now 650 beds. Kenyatta Muigai Uhuru paid $72 million to build that hospital. Museveni of Uganda borrowed $888 million, some of it grants for COVID. He built 0 hospitals. And now, if we don't make this presidency uncomfortable, Ugandans are going to suffer more than they have ever suffered in the past 35 years. Because this time, after tearing the elections, tearing the results, and creating fresh numbers, tachabafaku, mwe abi creating the number byo. Ati kabakube migo, kababbe, kamwavuwale, murabe. Can you allow for that situation? What are you going to do in your individual capacity? Boycott. Motoka ya police ze, ya majeze, kuraija ze. ayagala spare, ayagala kukyusa oyiro, omusumali gusibe katono, avugebwa ku mayiro oyiro yena yike, engine ekube. Boycott. In your individual capacity. Fetuleke, twinabye tukole eyo bibiri gotofaayo. Waliwo abakola ebintu ebiri eby'amaanyi gwe baleke. Gwe okozeewo ki ku lulwo. Tolinda. Gwe kolawo ekikyo. Kolawo ekikyo. Abakyala bakaaba. Abakyala. Era mulinde omuntu ave java ajaba organizing. Nti abangi mwekule mulimu. Naye lwaki abakyala tebekola mulimu? Tulabe abasirikale ba Museveni bwe banakuba abakyala amasasi. Kubanga ne Putin takikolangako. Bamama ne bakola mulimu. Ne badda ku luguudo. No bakuba amasasi. No bakuba amasasi. Oli nagwa wali omukyala. N'omulala nagwa wali. Impossible. Olunaku Maachi 8 lunatera okutuuka. Bamama mukabide munju. Abakyala abasoma muliwa okwata kuba mama. Era tubabulire ekyokola. Mubeko nekewe mutandika. Mugende wa bank manager mugambe. Nti natandiseku. Ndi wano. Nsindikaku. Banangi. Eno video. Neba enemy bajiraba. Atenzire kuna atemba bulire. Really? Mukaba bana baba twende mu drone. Mukaba temusobola kukabira ku ngudo. Bagala bamwe abasoma babakwateko ku mikono babateke ku ngudo. Mukabireyo ku ngudo. Mugende mu state house. Muri milioni meka. Tulabe abasajja bano bwe baba kuba amasasi. Bama mukabide mu kiyungu. It's up to you. Naye buli omu akole omulimu gwe. Munze nazimba mayumba, munze nonya abapangisa, nze sifaayo, oli kasandetera sente. Okay. Bwe mutyo bwe munasembeza abatutta babere ku mayumba go kubanga balesi sente. Gwe mulaba lwaki tewetolola muno mugambe yo bagitutte. Boycott in your individual capacity. Boycott. Ne abantu abakambwe jibali mu Uganda. Nete waswa kumanya nti bakambwe paka ngembeera ebikudde. Kubanga omusajja yagenda mu nsiko. Bwe mwagano mulwanirako. Era ne yagamanga, what's wrong with Ugandans? Yaje kirona abakuba ku mitwe. Enchane mumweyungako. Naye ndoza bana abalala tebaja kuba. Niba naye muzukukeko banange. No kuzira amata ne kubalema. Akinjaji. Enyama mweyona mugula buguzi lwaki temugula ku yekara moja. Neye tesoyoka. Banaye. Lwaki buli omuntu akola omulimu gwe. Naye nga kyemba gamba, this struggle has just begun. Togamba nti okoye. Aba mu diaspora wakubye esimu eka. Nobuuza ku kyalo. Kuliko abaana drone be yakimye. mbayambe ntya. Oli mu diaspora, oli mu kunywa gundi konyaka, oli mu kunywa oli mu kulya baga. Ya baga naye mugane. Waliwo abaana drone bezakimye. Bakyala baabwe basigadde n'abaana batoto. Okubye kasimu ku kyalo kyo. Obuuziza engeri gye balimu. Osindise olwataano. Diaspora, we have taken this struggle from far and we have brought it far. But we are still working. We are still working. That is why we have no time to listen to Abe Walusimbi. You meet him, slap him. Walusimbi Abe, muyaze kuleta bubaka bwa Museveni bombo clad. Kuwasimuka, buuza abana bali batya. Naye mwegendereze bimutumayo kubanga nalabye abavubuka batwala ebintu ewabakyala babasibe naye abakyala bamu ndaba banyirira batototo neraliikirira neŋŋambwa ate bano abatutte seggwanga n'omuceere bayinza n'okusiisirizaawo ababonaabona. No, but on a serious note, diaspora, please send money for our people. Abana bebadde balabirira. And try to get us as much information abali Uganda as much as possible. Chichi echifa ku bantu baffe. I thank all of you in UPDF who contact us. Thank you. Continue to contact us. I haven't got anybody from SFC. I don't know. Because I think, you see, SFC is an illegal army. For those of you who don't know, it was not set up by an act of parliament. No. It's very illegal. Very illegal army. So that one will go. And I am sure that abana bana babatandise okukola obulimu bwabwe obutonotono wafeeze emunge etandise. They will target those people very much because it is an illegal army. It is an illegal army. So that one, people can be, you know, be very legitimate when they are attacking it because it's an illegal army. Vana bajinzo kujikolamu shock and awe. Shock and awe muzimanyi. Bazi birangeyo Afghanistan shock and awe. Ebera ya poundi 10 bajukubana egenda mu mpukweyo nedira ensozi neziseteeza. Kasenyo bayetaga poundi 3 oba 2 bimala simanyi. But SFC, you are killing our people, you know that. VCCU, you are killing our people, you know that. You are putting on black lava and you are coming in the drones and you are taking our people. Viso, diso, abawala abali mu intelligence. N'abalabye wa Kyagulanyi. Abawala. Muli awo mixinze. Mutambula mu drone bwe musonga nti oyo gundi drone bwe zibakima mwe. But people know things. People know things. The intelligence which Mr. Museveni gets is also the intelligence which also other people get. It's the same intelligence. Zenkugambi nti problem kati yatuuse. Museveni amaze okwonona amazi gye gava agalinye gye gava. Bali bakyuse timing batandika okubuuza ku bavuma Museveni nti abaye muli muti eyo. Namuzetuse kunyoke. Obaye abazungu basobera. Okera bagamba banayi kino nabanga batakulaba. Naye bwe time netuka ne bagamba owaye muli muti eyo ko gwe nti gye tuli basebo. Omanya waliwo ebyatabuse. But of course people work hard for ebyatabuse. They work hard for ebyatabuse. You know? Operation kulabisa. Must go ahead. bane mubere bulungi nze nja kukomawo because we have to keep you on your toes and also okubazaamu amaanyi kubanga kino ekintu kyakatandika kyakatandika don't ekintu kyakatandika naye kigenda kuba taratibu bajja kugenda don't worry bagenda so mubere bulungi